I left home on the 20th of August to come back to Mexico, where I had studied for a semester in 2017. So it's been 4 years since I've been here, and I'm meeting up with some friends and also hopefully my host family. Before coming here, I said goodbye to my friends. I had a lovely drink with them. I also said goodbye to my family. I went to a typical Belgian friet shop to have Belgian fries and Belgian stew one last time before going on the trip. Then on Friday, I had to take 2 trains. One was from Bruges. I almost threw up when I was standing in the station. I hadn't eaten yet. I was tired. I was carrying so much weight, and then on top of that, the nerves. Yeah. But I didn't, luckily, and I managed to get a grip on myself. And then I took the Thalys, which is a high-speed train from Brussels to Amsterdam. Amsterdam Schiphol is a crazy futuristic airport. Just the way how I had to check in my luggage alone was pretty fascinating. Not that easy, because I'm not that great with technology. But yeah, I managed to do it anyway with some help. And I easily made my way to the gate. After about 10 hours, then I arrived in Mexico City. And there I had to wait in line for an hour and a half at the border patrol, or where they check for your passport and just migration basically. I then made my way to buy a bus ticket to Querétaro. I had to wait an hour and a half for the next bus, but that also gave me the time to buy a SIM card and set up my Uber account and stuff like that. So, okay. The bus left at 10:20 Mexican time, and it took us over 3 hours to reach Querétaro. My friend was going to pick me up at the bus station, but since I had to wait a while for my bus and I arrived so late, she was already asleep. So I took an Uber, went to a hostel, booked it last minute the night itself. It was, I think, 2:30 by then. And I arrived at the hostel and it was closed, obviously, and there was no light. I rang the bell and the Uber driver was like, "What do we do?" I was like, "I have no idea." And at that moment, a car drove up, and that was the owner of the hostel. Luckily, he had been at a party and he just came home drunk. And he was able to let me inside. We then drank some cervezas until 5 a.m. And then I went to bed in a hostel room of 8 people all to myself. Hey guys, it's my first day in Mexico and my friend is going to come and pick me up to go to San Miguel de Allende. I stayed in this room last night instead of with that friend because she was already asleep, and I had all of this to myself.
¡Hola! ¡Oh, tronquito! Estoy con Cecilia. Hello. Finally.
Al fin.
Sí, Tronquito is with us as well. My new best friend.
After Cecilia picked me up, we then went to a local market that had lots of food and also local vendors selling their products. We had the loveliest breakfast and also tried some kombucha, which I had never tried, but I actually really like. I arrived at Cecilia's house. We're getting ready to go out, and Mexico is making sure I feel at home with a lot of rain. It's the Hurricane Grace going on at the moment, but if this is all it is, just some rain, which I'm used to, I can live with it. In San Miguel de Allende, we also visited a small artisan market, and then we went inside of a crazy interior shop. It was super fancy, also super expensive, but it was very cool to see. And then we also saw some giant puppets walking along the street for a wedding. And of course, we then had to explore the center of the city. I had my first tacos, and they were absolutely amazing. We went to a bigger artisan market. We just left the artesanías market and also a food market, and I wish I could also let you guys smell it because it smells absolutely incredible. It's completely the opposite of a market in China, which stinks. Yeah, we were running past flowers and the fruit, and
The smell is amazing. You
Yeah.
have to be in Mexico to try it.
Cecilia, ¿dónde vamos?
A una galería de arte mexicana.
¡Vámonos!
And then later we met up with Cecilia's best friend, and we had lots of drinks and also amazing food. I just arrived at my second hostel. It is one in the center of Querétaro, and it is called El Mexa. It's very beautiful, very clean. There's only one other girl in my room, so that's great. And it's located right at the city center. This morning, me, Cecilia, and her best friend got ready and we went for brunch. We had so much Mexican food. Way too much. And it was all freshly made. We could see it being made in the kitchen. We tried, I would say, one of everything. Then we went to go shopping, just have a look at the shopping mall, and also just to get some supplies like shampoo and toothpaste and stuff like that. I'm now going to walk around the city and just show you guys around a bit, maybe make it to the Mirador, which is the lookout point over the arches. And I'm going to try to visit my host family that I stayed with 4 years ago as well. And I hope they'll be home or that I'll get to see them. I managed to make my way to the family home, and I was at the wrong door. I was standing at the neighbor's door when a kind old man told me that I was standing at the wrong door, that no one was living there. And I asked him if people lived here that hosted students. He said, well, that's the house next door. That looked very similar. So I rang the bell there, and there she was, my host mom, and we had a lovely catch up. She made me some fruit, and it was like nothing had changed. I then walked back through the city center all the way to the arches. The sun had just set, and I had an amazing view over the arches. I was the only one there alone. Most of them were couples. And then I got into bed to leave to Guadalajara the next morning. That's for the next video. Thanks for watching, guys. Bye!